Hi, I'm Emily Unger, an executive recruiter with SCM Talent Group, and we filled a vice president of fulfillment operations with our client, Oriental Trading Company. Oriental Trading Company is a nationwide distributor of various products like party supplies, arts and crafts, gifts, and various knickknacks. We partnered with them to find a VP of fulfillment operations. They had a senior supply chain leader who was looking to retire, so this was a succession planning hire, looking for someone to learn the business and oversee their fulfillment operations. The biggest challenge in filling this position was their location. So they're based in Nebraska and needed someone who would be based in Nebraska. So we conducted a national search looking for candidates who could ideally relocate there. We spent a lot of time learning from the incumbent to understand what they needed in a successful candidate, specifically someone who had multi-site distribution experience, as well as experience in a high-volume e-commerce, direct-to-consumer environment. So that way we could go after and really specifically target candidates who would come out of comparable environments, whether it was other arts and crafts retailers. We also looked at automotive parts and supplies since they would have a comparably high SKU count, similar environment. So we went to market to look for those types of candidates coming out of those environments who would also have the leadership skills to step into the senior level position on the executive team. When we were looking for candidates to fill this role, we were looking for candidates that were coming out of other e-commerce or direct-to-consumer environment, so they understood the very fast-paced nature of that type of distribution model. We were also looking for candidates who had multi-site experience, so understood the dynamics of managing multiple locations, as well as high SKU environments where there's a higher level of complexity due to that higher SKU count. So after kicking off this search, we developed a sourcing strategy. So we identified target companies, so companies that had similar product portfolios to Oriental Trading Company that would be a pretty natural fit here. We also looked at potential adjacent industries. Automotive parts were one that would have a comparably high SKU count direct-to-consumer model. We also looked at regional companies that we might have an easier time relocating candidates for, but specifically looked for multi-site folks out of larger companies. We conducted a national search to try to find the right candidate for this role, looking for someone open to relocate to Nebraska. We ended up with a slate of 3 highly qualified candidates. The final candidate who ended up accepting the role had a background both in arts and craft supplies as well as automotive supplies. So they had worked at a almost direct competitor in the past who had good industry knowledge and had stayed kind of in relevant industries, working in high SKU multi-site environments since then, just in slightly different industries. All in all, it took us about a month to locate the right candidate for this position. Given it was a nationwide search, we had a fairly large applicant pool to work with, but we were able to find the right candidate to fill their leadership and fulfillment needs here at Oriental Trading Company. If your organization needs help finding talent in the distribution space, please feel free to reach out to SCM Talent Group.